Hello and welcome to the Phoenix Theorizes. And yes, I'm theorizing about the new update. I want to speculate some things on the new Railroads Online update. Because, why not? I have nothing better to do with my life. It's a Saturday night, it's heading towards midnight, I don't really care. Let's talk about some of the things that I think will be in the new update. Number 1, maintenance. I really don't see why we wouldn't get maintenance tied in with the big coal update. Why do I say that? Well, you're going to want to maintain your locomotives. Also, that maintenance also ties into something that I really firmly believe is going to be in here. Conversion. Yes, that's right. You can plonk down one of these like sheds over here or back there that basically tell you, hey, stupid. You can put down the maintenance version and go, hey, stupid, I need you to convert your engine over from wood to coal or coal to oil or, wood to oil or coal to oil or whatever to oil. So that way you can make use of whatever freight you have in the shed. Like we get the refined oil, we've got coal. Everything that you see on this map can be used as fuel. Now, that brings me kindly into the new industries that I think will be here. Now, I will be letting a little winky inside knowledge come out. That we were going to be getting we were going to be getting at least 7 or 8 new industries and a new bigger map. I'm not going to tell you what the industries are, but I will say that one of them has to do with a teaser that we have on the Steam page. And if you're thinking, oh, well, it's definitely gotta be scrap metal. Okay, no, you're wrong. However, I will talk about the scrap metal in a minute. But I do know that we are going to be getting cattle, we are going to be getting grain at some point. Do I think it's going to be in this update? Maybe. Maybe we are getting the big cattle update. If we are, woohoo! Yes! Let's party like it's 1833. Let's party like it's 1885. Alright. But I do also want to touch on one other thing. And it is the one other thing that a lot of people don't like touching on. Which is that when we get the conversions and the maintenance, that everything that we have at these industries, like this long mixed freight train right here behind my Eureka for the freight house, as evidenced by the reporting mark on the tender, this stuff will have to be pushed into the work sheds for maintenance. Also, with the knuckle couplers that we're going to be getting, you're going to have to put these cars in there. What I think will happen is that we're going to get a work shed of some kind. It could be just one of these small sheds that it's a setting you can click in the buy menu. So you can go G, you go to facility, you go here, Alpine shed. You can, you click it, so you do this, facility, engine shed, You go down, there'll be like a whole drop down section down here that'll say like maintenance, Alpine Blue, Aspen Gold, Barn Red, Princess Mineral Brown, things like that. Which in turn means that we can actually make our own little maintenance shed where we can put engines in cars that have been, banged around or used heavily in there for maintenance. Also, that maintenance shed means that we could plunk engines in there, like, Monty here, Eugene for me, who is, Lincoln Pin, that she could be that'll do. Or like the little porter I just picked up. You can, shove one of these into the switch yard, into the little siding, or into that shed, and change. And while it's being repaired, you can have them change out the coupler to knuckle, and then you get the split Buckeye. As we see in the picture, we get the big split Buckeye, which is allowing us to use our Lincoln Pin rolling stock while the knuckle cars are being added to our collection. Now, something else I foresee is people buying, cars with knuckle couplings already. At least one or two, at least maybe 2 to 3, maybe 3 to 5 of each type of car. So that way, and like a few knuckle coupling engines, so that way at least we can keep things moving while we're bringing cars like down here to swap them out for, well, the purpose of putting knuckle couplers on there, getting them freshly repaired. I see that happening. And engines like Betsy or whatever. Oh, shoot, I put Betsy on the wrong track. Oh, dang it. That switch needs to be set. So I didn't set one switch and I let the engine run away into the buffers. I kicked an engine down the wrong track, which kind of bit me in the bunker. But I want to talk about another thing here. With maintenance. It's that I see it almost like it's a curse as well. Because by this point, your railroad might be like mine. You have 30 of each type of car at each industry. And some may have more wear on them than others. Some may have less wear on them than others. But here's the question. Do you want to waste the time dragging them up here when it would be more beneficial just to delete the cars we have and buy new ones? Do you want to go through that effort and that energy of changing out, let me go to my ironworks. Trust me, this has something to do with the update. But with the fact that we're getting Buckeyes, knuckle couplers, would it be more beneficial to someone like me who I went through and, yes, I did use the RRO money cheat just so I could get everything all set up for the various industries. But look at that. I have 20 box cars and 20 these flatbeds that carry both logs and steel pipes. would it be more beneficial for me to go through delete all of these and their assigned cabooses, and just buy brand new box cars and everything? You know, that kind of thing. So yes, I'm saying maintenance and conversions are coming. I'm also talking about industry. So like we're getting a big livestock industry. And with livestock, what do you think's going to come with it? Grain and possibly slaughterhouses. Okay. Which means we could be seeing in this brand new update more freight cars. So cattle cars, refrigerator cars, the open hopper might get more love. Carrying grain. We might be getting specialty grain cars. I don't know. So there's that one. Now, I want to go back to maintenance real quick, because I mentioned the word scrap. Also, I'll touch on this in a second. Now, the thing I want to mention with maintenance and scrap is that if you're going to maintain something, that means you're taking a lot of the broken parts off and replacing them, right? Mm-hmm. Therefore, there would be scrap. Scrap, you say? Scraps. And no, I'm not saying like, oh, we need that scrap to fight off, you know, a giant demon spider train thingy. I'm thinking like scrap, like broken wheels, broken crank pins, broken coupling rods, broken connecting rods, broken linkages, broken pins. You know, broken tender links, broken up old broken bells. You pick it, you run it. You know, things like that. Let me come over here to the car so we can see what are some things that can be pulled off here that are broken. You know, like down here, broken wheels, brake blocks, broken truck parts, broken coupler pockets. Did I see it down here? Oh, broken old and decrepit handrail or handbrake wheels. You know, you name it. It could be just about anything. Corroded parts on the tank car. Whatever you can think of, you know, you put that in there, you know, bits and pieces of this are coming off. Some of the dome, some of this extra chimney piece. That's all being pulled off there, and it's just being piled up as scrap metal. That is something I could, you know, that is something we can see. But this, in turn, puts me in an awkward predicament. If this is true, you know, if this literally is true, then that means that possibly the smelter's yard is getting an upgrade, and same with the ironworks, to take in broken down scrap metal. And by taking in that failed scrap, what we're also doing is we're taking care of like needing an extra thing to melt down. That we can melt that down to make the steel pipes, the tools, the raw iron, the rails. Plus, I also could see new industries being made. Or new cargo being brought in. Things like, like steel girders, steel plates, with the smelters. Video is done rendering. Now, with the smelters, we could be getting something like iron pipes or iron girders. Which, yeah, a lot of people are going to be like, that's just dumb talk. Not really. They said this is a big update, so I'm just pulling random ideas out of my head. Another random idea is cars being allowed to mix and match what loads they carry. So, like, we could have the bulkhead flat cars, like those guys over there, carrying something like, I don't know, like maybe crate of tools. Like, they could carry like one stack of lumber alongside that, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 12 things of tools. Then some barrels of oil. Or how about doing something like what they used to do on some of the old logging railroads, the Yosemite being one of them that I remember real well. Putting lumber in box cars. I know, I'm sounding like a whingy little nut job. But it's literally the idea that I have. But now we need to move on to the next topic. They said we're getting a pack of coal-fired engines. And it looks like we're getting another 280. Okay. That's all well and cookies. But what other potential coal burning engines could we have? There are some 3-truck Climaxes, Heislers, and Shays that all burned coal. Those could be coming. What about us getting the Caspar, South Fork, and Eastern Railway 262 tank engine? That's a possible. Maybe the Uintas? I don't know. I'm thinking the Uintas might be coming. But until we actually see the update, I'm not... Basically, these are just ideas. I'm not 100% saying, hey, this is true. Other engines I think we could be getting. We could be starting to see our first Mikados in-game. Yeah, there are some in the teaser images. We could also be seeing our newest... We could also be seeing 460s. Who knows? I don't. I'm just speculating. Another speculatory point I could make. Is that we could be seeing brand new loads and even brand new items. Because if we are getting like cattle and farming and everything, we're gonna need tractors, we're gonna need plows. What's stopping us having to deliver parts to an industry to make brand new parts? Like, we go to a special place that makes, plows for, a horse, or we, God forbid, get ourselves a West Country here. Or we got ourselves a tractor, we do. Yeah, tractors. I would love to see what happens, but I don't know. I can only speculate so far. Now, as I finish off for the night, getting the last 4 edges for the official Chelmsgrave line, our last speculatory point comes in the form of something I've been hearing around. Towns. I'm thinking, okay, we have a slaughterhouse. What good's the meat to the freight house? You know, I keep asking the question, like, what good's the refined oil to the freight house as well? But it makes sense if if we're going to be building in towns. Now that means possibly we're getting a new map. Like I said, I'm not, this is all speculation, so don't take my word for it. Wait and see what the game devs do. Because the game devs could do something totally different. Now, the very last thing I want to speculate on is one thing that I kind of have a little bit of a beef with. Upgradable industries. Now, I'm not saying I have beef with it because literally everybody and their uncle loves it. I'm saying I have a beef with it because here's the thing. You're already putting in a lot of work on our plate with all the maintenance and stuff. Just having us suddenly have to upgrade, 30 plus industries. Upgrade industries. I mean, if it's industries that make sense to upgrade, like a lot of people say that the smelter's taking cordwood and just eating the cordwood before you can even have it eat half the iron load you brought in. Yeah, I could see them using coal, but also some smelters' yards used cordwood to start the furnaces. And then they would transition, and then they use the coal to keep it going and get it burning a lot harder. The thing is, with industries like the smelters and the ironworks that use wood and coal as a fuel source, changing them over, upgrading them, if you will, that means that either we need to upgrade the output for the same input plus X, that basically our output should be 2X or 2 times whatever our inputs are. Oh. Right now, at the smelters, it's 100 coal, or 100 raw iron, and 100 rail. two loads. Okay, so for cordwood and raw iron, or cordwood and iron ore, you get raw iron and rail. Our output needs to look like this. Okay, so we have cordwood, coal, and iron ore. Well, we're gonna get iron pipe, iron girder, and iron pipe and iron girder, or even just an iron girder. It needs to have some kind of output to match, or with the raw iron and the rail, they should be up to like 200 total units that can be produced at a given time. Meaning that that our production is now upped, so that way we can up production at other places. Raw iron is needed at the ironworks. We can now up the production, meaning we can now up how much gets delivered to make tools, to make the beams. To make tools, make beams, make tools, make pipes. If we add cordwood into this, because that consumes lumber, coal, and raw iron, if we add cordwood, we could get, steel girders and steel plates added in. We could get any number of things. Another load we could get added in at either the raw iron or the ironwork, at either the smelters or the ironworks, locomotive or freight car parts. Yeah, we have to take the scrap either to the ironworks or to the smelters, and we have to cast all new parts for our locomotives. We have to cast all these new parts, all this new machinery. Whoops. That's definitely an idiot moment. We have to cast all that stuff. Why are you constantly coming off the rails, you? I said select. But think about all the things that we're gonna be, there's that. And then Also, there's a potential we could get new mines. One of my favorite places to point people to for a new mine area. Go to the map. See this whole untouched area down here by the ironworks and the oil field? Kind of this whole area along back in here, then this little area tucked up in here. I could see like a little copper mine down in here, and maybe up in here I could see like a little rock quarry. You know, and by the freight depot over here a little bit, you could have like maybe a, you know, whatever you want over there. There's a whole area down here where we could put other industries, you know, whether that be like, I mean, that could even be one of my favorite types of mines that we even see in, Captain of Industry. A sulfur mine. But that's all that I can speculate on for today, chaps. Not because I don't want to speculate more, but because if I do any more speculation, I could potentially ruin the surprise. And that's the very last thing I need to do. So, my dear friends, I will clock off and say see you later. Many happy journeys, happy switching, and have fun.